it's Jarek there, Dragon from RDA. Got another review today. This one is of a gun that is hiding at the moment. Here's the box it'll come with. It's just a standard cardboard box. Here's what's inside the cardboard box. Just pretty much a standard styrofoam mold. The gun doesn't come with a whole lot. It comes with some BBs, which really aren't very high quality. This is a Springer, but I wouldn't recommend you use these anyway. And then it comes with a front sight adjustment tool right here. Get the box out of the way, and here's the gun. So the gun, this has actually been requested by quite a lot of people to make videos of it. Again, I like to remind people I don't take requests because I just get way too many of them. So please don't send a request. Sorry to be a little rude. But moving on, this is of the A&K SVD. Now, like I mentioned, even though this is an SVD, this is spring, which is actually kind of a good alternative to the regular AEGs. Pretty much your only other options for an SVD Dragunov are the JG, which is not a true Dragunov. The JG is basically just a standard AK with a different stock and foregrip. And then you have the choice of real sword, which, don't get me wrong, if you have the money, get the real sword. That Dragunov is absolutely amazing. However, it's also very expensive. I should say it's not overpriced, it's just expensive. It's well worth the money, just not everyone has that money. And then your other alternative is this right here, which uses AEG springs, which is very convenient, and, well, is a Springer, so it's very affordable. Now, it is A&K made, but don't let that turn you away. Externally, it has very good quality. The lower and upper receiver are metal, the mag is metal, the barrel, front sight, pretty much the whole gun is metal, with the exception of the foregrip and stock, which are high quality plastic. So no need to worry about this gun breaking when you're out on the field. Internally, it is very, very simple. Let me go ahead and show you what it's like internally. You simply push down, there's a switch back here behind the safety, push down, and that releases the upper receiver, and you can just go ahead and lift this right up and out. Again, this is metal, very solid. That actually kind of hurt. It's very solid, and here is the working mechanism. Like I said, it uses AEG springs. The one it comes with stock is an M150 spring. So this thing has a really, really heavy spring right out of the box. This gun is shooting 480 to 500 feet per second. So unless your field requires you to lower the velocity, this should be working perfectly fine, and you're going to get a lot of range out of it. When I tested the accuracy of this thing, I just didn't have enough space. 150 feet is nowhere near enough space to actually test the accuracy. And to put this thing back on, simply just put it right back down and then flip this back up. Like that, and there you go. It's back in place, and this upper receiver is not going anywhere. But like I was saying, the accuracy of this thing is what you would expect from your standard spring sniper. It is very, very accurate. Again, I did not have enough space to test the accuracy of this gun. 150 feet, nowhere near enough space. You could easily, well, I wouldn't say easily, but you could probably go twice that distance. This thing, shooting hot, and is really accurate. The hop unit does a great job. Speaking of the hop unit, I'll show you where it is, and I'll also show you the pretty ridiculous bolt pull. So take it off safety. If it's on safety, you can't pull the trigger, you can't pull the bolt back. It pretty much locks everything, so an effective safety. Safety is just pushed down. And there you go. The bolt feels nice, but it also requires a lot of force to actually pull it back and cock the spring. Once you cock the spring, I can show you again how nice the bolt sounds. Since the spring is already cocked, there's no resistance on the bolt. But it is a nice big slab of metal, so no need to worry about that breaking when it snaps forward again. And again, the bolt goes from all the way around. It's not like an AEG bolt where it's just this side. It's pretty much a big, actually I'll just go ahead and show you again. It's a giant, big piece of metal, again, goes from all the way around. So no need to worry about that breaking. And that is also why it gives you such a nice sound. But again, it requires a lot of force. If you had a different spring, again, if you lowered the velocity, if your field requires you to lower the velocity, the spring tension will drop a lot. And again, this uses AEG springs, and I showed you how to take it apart. It's very easy to take it apart. Swapping the springs is a matter of minutes unlike AEGs where you take apart the full gearbox unless you happen to have one of the good one, well, the lucky few AEGs that have a quick spring release. Even then, this is still simpler than replacing springs in AEGs. So again, if you lowered the spring, the bolt pull wouldn't be so hard. I was originally going to show you the hop-up unit. The hop-up unit is pull the bolt back. It's a little Allen wrench on top of this blue piece right here. I found it to be a very effective hop-up unit. Like I said, the gun is very accurate. I didn't have as near as much space as I would like to have to test the accuracy on this gun. Something else to mention about the gun, it does have a nice cheek rest. If you're wondering what this little piece of wood underneath it is, that's how the cheek rest is actually connected to the stock. You notice there's a metal latch here. This is actually connected to the wood piece, and the wood piece is screwed onto the cheek rest, which is actually a nice, soft, sort of leather-ish type material. It feels very nice against your cheek. It's not a plastic or a metal of any sort. So that's why they did it that way. You need that wood to be there to connect it on, otherwise it won't stay there. I can't really consider that too bad of an option at all, because again, it feels very, very nice. Speaking of nice, the sights are standard SVD sights, which are very similar to A&K Sites. However, they are much better than A&K Sites because A&K Sites are, to say in short, very crude. The reason these are so much nicer though really is because the barrel is longer, which makes the rear sight further away from the front sight. So it'll make you a little bit more precise when you're trying to aim with the sights. The other thing is that the front sight, unlike an AK, has a closed, it's not open up top, it's closed on top. Like the type of a 6 would be. So the sights are a little bit better. Now, since I know everyone's going to ask this question, yes, this gun can use scope mounts. It can use pretty much a standard AK scope mount, as you can see by the lines and ridges back here. So it does use a regular AK scope mount, so if you want to add a scope on here, which you probably will considering this is going to be a sniper, you can go ahead and do that. The magazine is a 90 round SVD mag. It looks pretty nice in the gun. It's quite a bit bigger than AK mags, so this is not your standard AK mag. Normal AK mags won't fit in here. Something I need to point out, I actually noticed this when I was looking in the mag well. The mag well is right about where you want to put the tip of the magazine. So be careful when you put the mag into the gun that you don't hit the mag well. It literally requires practically no force to put the magazine in, so don't try to force it if it doesn't fit. Just be careful with the mag well. Just don't break it off, otherwise you'll have a malfunctioning gun. The orange tip on this gun is just a little plastic piece at the end of the barrel, and much like other A&K ones, it'll probably end up falling off, although I don't endorse you do that. Alright, so now I think I've covered everything on this gun. Oh wait, no, one thing, forgot to mention the trigger pull, since it is still cocked. The trigger pull is pretty nice. It's overall very simple. It requires that about perfect mixture of, it's the perfect mixture. It's not too light, but it's not too hard of a pull, so it's overall very nice, since I forgot to mention that earlier. Alright, now I've covered everything on this gun. If you want to buy this gun, you can go to reddragonairsoft.net, or you can click on the link in the video information, which will send you to a direct link straight to this gun. There's also a link down below to RDA's forum where you can talk to the community. So that has been Red Dragon Airsoft's review of the A&K SVD.